What's going on today, guys? Do y'all lows sound like this? Like the birds be going off. Anyway, I'm in here today because I'm looking for some Thai constellations. I actually came here last week and had some luck and picked me up too. And I told a couple of family members, and they asked me when I get over here to have a look. Well, I got here, and unfortunately, they're all gone, but I kind of knew that was going to happen. But anyway, since we are here, we're going to take a look at some of the plant stuff that they actually have and some of the plants that are here. And I could just let you know about some of the products I've used, as well as maybe some of the plants that I've had some good experiences with or bad since we're in here. I like big box stores. I know they get a bad common rep because they do carry a lot of unhealthy plants, but what they do offer is variety at an affordable price. Now, sometimes you just have to risk it and just see what's going to happen from it. But I have way more success stories that I bought from big box stores than I have horror stories. So I'm not here to scare you. Pay attention though when you get into these stores on what kind of plants they have paired together. I've noticed, especially last year, they went crazy with pairing plants together that shouldn't be together. I saw palm trees and pothos together. Like, why? Eventually, you're going to have to separate the two because it's just not going to be as common. This is a neon pothos. All of these over here are really pothos, besides that English ivy that's at the top left. And that to the right at the top of the screen was a philodendron Brazilian. So over here is nothing much. There are a few peace lilies that I saw over here, and these palm trees, don't get me in line, they might be called majestic or majesty palms. Anyway, I've heard terrible stories about these, and I've never once tried to get one because I just heard that the humidity needs, light needs, all requirements are just through the roof. If you all have one, just kind of let me know how it is. Over here in the middle bay is where they usually keep a lot of just rare plants or sought after plants, like your pink princess, your white knights, those type of common things. But I noticed that over here was a little bit empty. These over here are the big peace lilies, which, I mean, good luck if you have them. We actually just talked about that, I think, on our last video. We're going to take a look at these plants, but then we're going to circle back around to kind of where we started, because there was some pretty cool plants that I just kind of just said, hey, we'll circle back around and get to later. Over here in this section, this is like my favorite little section over here, because if you look real close in between a lot of these shelves, look in the middle when you go to stores, you see a lot of really good plants in there. So don't just go with the plants you see on the outside. Look all the way into it and you see a lot of good ones. Also, another thing that me and my friends was talking about is that, have you noticed that a lot of uncommon plants are becoming very common now in these big box stores? So don't underestimate them. Give them a chance. OK. All right. So over here, this is what I wanted to show you. Whenever I say tropical pot and mist, this is exactly what it is that I'm talking about. They do wonderful, wonderful, wonderful work when it comes to the monstera. I'm just telling you now. I saw something pretty cool over here called leaf shines and prop drops. I didn't even know that that existed, and I was a little bit curious just to kind of see what was in the back of it. Unfortunately, they didn't have any ingredients in there and on the back of it, and I don't know if it's just to make sure nobody can't replicate and do, but if they want to be like that, I get it. They got to make their money too. But my thing that I use has always been neem oil, peppermint oil, and water. It's done the job, but I still was interested in seeing what that has. Another cool thing that I saw over here, I guess it's cool, is that they have something called organic indoor pot and mix. Now, y'all just hear me out on this. I don't understand why you need your pot mix to be organic. Every single organic bag mix I've ever bought is full of gnats and it's never been good. Maybe I'm just buying the wrong ones, but I bought at least 3 different brands and had the same. So give me the regular stuff with the bad stuff, I guess. Over here is the pot mix that I like to use for the orchid bark. If I was to come to the big box store, I would take that and mix it in with this over here. And I'm looking for some perlite. They switched the bags up. Now some peat moss. And now I see it. They switched the bag up of the perlite. Or, well, this is a different brand. They usually have the Miracle Grow one in, but I didn't even see where it was a section for it. So I don't know if they're pulling it from the stores or what happened, but that was a new one for me. But again, you put those 3 in there, that tropical mix, perlite, and that orchid bark bag that I was showing you, and you'll be in the money. Now, this right here, this takes me back to where it all started. That was the first mix I've ever used, and I wasn't adding anything to my mix. And I used to keep a lot of gnats and a lot of rot root. You got to have that airy mix. I know that we in the plant community, we probably say it a little too much, but no, it's real. Our houses just can't effectively give them that climate that they're used to outside or in that nursery, And these right here are just some water drains that I was looking at. First of all, those are way too expensive to buy those. Go on Amazon and you can get like a 20-30 pack for like $5-6, I believe. Over here, I just started playing around with some pots to kind of see what was over here. I thought I was gonna get lucky and be able to snag a pot up and put it on the plant and boom, it all drop in, and clearly I miscalculated it. I brought it over here because I want just to kind of see what it looks like, and I want to show you all that when I buy plants and when I'm talking about like decorative pots and so forth, you can still get these decorative pots. They're okay, but don't repot your plant directly inside of them. Keep them inside of a nursery pot. Reason being that it's going to give you the best drainage possible. These other pots, a lot of them only have one hole. A lot of the nursery pots come with 3, 4, 5, and so on. So it's definitely going to make sure that water is able to get from the top to the bottom as fast as possible. And I don't know if it's just me or what, but these pots seem like they are completely overpriced these days. Anyway, this is what I mean is take you a nursery pot. Let me get myself together. I'm just working with one hand here. Take you a nursery pot, stick it inside of a regular pot, and there you go. And that's me. You get to see being silly, like enjoying looking at myself on the camera. But that's all I got for you all today, okay? And just always remember, when you're growing with Sean, it's always something to learn.